Yo, man, I'm moving.
All right. Let me get this straight, kid. You give me what I need, and I get you out of here. Save the niceties, because I think we both just want to go. Archie Wakefield.
Huh. Whoa. Calm down, pork belly. This ain't exactly a walk in the park for me neither.
It's not supposed to be. So how about you start with what you're doing at the scene?
Alright. Well, first off, we don't go by that name no more. What you need to know is that in these streets, they call me Sparky Archie. Bow! Boom! Ba 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 ba. Grrr.
Sparky Archie. Real electrifying.
Man, just let me go, bro. You could have gotten my name from any of the dime bags off these street corners. Them hoes know I lay miles of pipe. Like a plumber.
Yeah, sure. And the reason they made sidewalks is because the streets ain't made for everybody. Let that sink in.
That's funny, man. You got jokes.
All right. You got anything else for me besides one-liners and this pipe dream of yours?
You don't gotta be like that, bruh. Alright. So you wanna know what really happened today? Let me paint you a picture. So I was actually headed back home after a long day of holding things down. And I'm on the phone with my girl, right? I tell her, you know I be on that protective shit. Whenever we step out, I like to let you walk a few steps ahead, just to see who got the nerve to be looking at you when I ain't close by. But then, I see this big old crowd forming. So I push through them, like I'm Moses with the waves. And I see these two dudes facing off. First dude's got his phone out trying to press the other, and he's all like, boy, you better talk to me nice, or else you finna get jumped. Second dude ain't like that at all. And his response was, well, if you feeling froggy, then hop. Bitch! As soon as I heard that, I knew I had to intervene. Couldn't let shit go sideways on my block. So I walk up to the second dude and tell him to take all that bass out his voice before things really get serious. He must have felt some type of way about that, because that's what he did. Now, if it was any other guy, he probably would have been finished. This is me we're talking about. So you already know I got up and started hitting my bobs and weaves. And the two of us get to trading punches like it was on Wall Street or something. Now at this point, he actually starts to get the upper hand, until I hear the crowd around us start chanting my name like, Archie! 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 Sparky! Archie? Ain't no way I'm gonna lose in front of the home crowd. So I hit broke the 3-piece combo. Extra crispy. Not even Colonel Sanders was surviving that, so you know his ass got dropped. And at that point, I'm feeling good about myself. I'm feeling real good. I stood on business and handled my shit, like a true thug would.
Hold on a second. What?
Do you really expect me to believe that this entire altercation was resolved because Sparky Archie was there to stand on business? It's a little self-serving, don't you think?
Man, I don't need to think about nothing. I gave your ass the whole truth and nothing but.
All right, sure. And I'm the Queen of England. Tell you what, thug, why don't you stay here real tight while I go and make a phone call?
Detective Finch? Is this the mayor's office?
Is that supposed to be my one free phone call, man?
I have a feeling you're gonna want to answer regardless.
Man, this better not be Keisha's trifling ass.
Archibald Gaylord Wakefield. Are you deaf, boy? Did you not hear me calling your name?
Mother, I.
Do you have a dent in your head, boy? Because I'll iron it out for you. What did I do to deserve such a thick-headed numbskull as a son? God must be testing me.
Mom, relax. This isn't even.
And you better not be wearing that stupid hat again. You graduated top of your class, Archibald. You were the goddamn valedictorian, and you want to throw all that away because you thought it'd make it easier for people to believe you're a gangster? Some two-bit thug? I'm headed down to the police station as we speak, and you better stay your dense ass sat until I get there.
Mom, relax. This isn't even like. Nothing.
Well, you heard her, Gaylord. Why don't you sit nice and cozy and tell her what actually happened?
Permission to enter, sir.
Permission granted.
Take a seat, soldier.
The information I have found will be tantamount to your investigation, sir.
All right, kid, look, I need you to cut the crap with all the sirs and the misters and the formalities, all right? Just tell me what happened.
Yes, sir. Your shirt looks well ironed, sir.
Yeah, thanks for noticing. Why don't we just get into your file, okay?
Sir, I was working reconnaissance at 1400 hours and I was contacting my superiors. I'm in position. What's the next move? Noted. There were two civilians, less than 3 clicks away. The taller of the two stood his ground firmly. The other, shorter, had terrible posture and said, "Say that again." "I'm listening to the most patriotic goddamn song ever composed." The shorter man replied, "You think you're so great." Immediately I had to intervene. The shorter man went to go throw a punch, and I caught it.
Whoa, hold on. You caught the punch?
Yes, sir. With this hand. I mean this hand.
Okay, all right. Sure, continue.
Stop fighting!
We are countrymen, brothers from other mothers. Why must we fight?
The two did not take kindly to my intervening. That's how I earned a scar on my knee in the line of duty. As I watched from the ground, the two began trading blows, their muscles glistening with sweat. He tackled the other. Suddenly, one of the combatants shoved the other down, and the downed man went for a jackrabbit kick, and all of a sudden, they started punching each other again, trading blows. Another one went down, and they went to sweep the leg, and suddenly, he went down too, and they were fighting on the floor, and it was glorious, bloody battle.
All right, you lost me. A jackrabbit kick? What even is that?
So it's when you use like both your feet to kick.
Okay, look, I don't really care. I need you to leave. None of what you described even happened.
With all due respect, sir, this is the truth.
You know, I don't think you mentioned your MOS, your unit, or where exactly you served, son.
I haven't exactly served in our military, sir.
I'm sorry? Come again?
I haven't served in our military, sir, due to minor complications. Light asthma, astigmatism, flat feet.
I see. Amazing. On top of flat feet. Wow.
Yes, sir, you don't have to rub it in.
Okay, so let me get this right. You've never served, your account of the campus fight is blatantly false, and you might just be an idiot.
But, sir, my information.
Look, I don't care, kid. You are dismissed or whatever. Get the hell out of my office.
Sir. I'll leave this with you.
All right, Alex.
That's me.
Okay, how are we today?
Good. Finch, was it? I don't know the name pigs after birds. What's your middle name? Swallow?
Great. Okay, let's just jump right into it. Where were you when you saw the fight?
Right outside the library.
Okay, north entrance.
Yep.
All right. So, other witnesses reported that they were both seen verbally arguing, and then one of them threw a punch, which escalated into a full frontal altercation. Can you confirm this?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, great. And can you tell me what you witnessed?
Yeah. So, the first guy was like, hey, what song are you listening to? And so then the second guy was like, oh, you wouldn't have heard of it. It's a really cool and underground band.
Okay.
And so then the first guy is like, well, what song and or band, dude? And so then the second guy...
Wait, no. Hold
Then
on.
the first guy is like, oh, it's called Wonderwall. It's a pretty cool song. And then the second guy is like, oh, well, of course you would listen to that song.
Yeah.
And so then the first guy is like, hey, what's that supposed to mean? And so then there's a punch. And so then the first guy dodges the first punch.
Right.
And then the second guy grabs him by his collar. And then they just start getting into it. And they're just fighting. And they're going, okay. So they're locking lips, right? Real passionate stuff.
Wait. He kissed him.
Yeah, tongue and all. Okay, so then the first guy pulls away from the second guy and he says something into his ear. We can't be together. Why not? At least not yet. Because you have to prove yourself to me. How do I do that? And then the second guy is like, how all good men do. A dance fight.
So, the whole reason those two were fighting was because of some mating ritual?
Well, you don't have to be homophobic about it. It's actually a common practice between men. It's called peacocking.
Where did you say you were when you saw the fight?
Library entrance. Oh my god, I already told you this. By this point, a crowd had drawn in and I was closer, and that's how I was in earshot. But by this point, the two of them were circling each other like vultures circling their prey. And so then the first guy is like, what are you gonna do? But then the second guy is like, no, what are you gonna do? And then the first guy is like, this. But they were dancing.
They were dancing.
Yeah, it was a dance fight.
So, you mentioned before, and I quote, like the Beat It music video, only they both wanted to beat it.
Yeah, did no one else tell you that? And then they start kissing again. And then they start ripping off each other's clothes as they are locking lips, and it's their belt was out.
Ow!
I did have you for a second there, though. I could see it. By the way, you should get a candle to cover up the smell of bacon grease out here.
Detective Finch? Yeah? No, it's me. What? They were telling the truth?